first one I want to bring up. In March of 1991, we started the action rallies at PS1. One I want to bring up. In March of 1991, we started the action rallies at PS 175. We started National Action Network right on 134th Street, PS 175. We went on the air that morning, and for next year, for 20 years, we would have been on the radio every Saturday morning on one station or another. And thank God for LIB that gives us a voice of activism, and we've been through every case. We started the case of Yusuf Hawkins. Moses Stewart was our first field director. And we started that morning in March of 91 fighting on the case of Yusuf Hawkins and all the way through to now. What you may not know, unless you go into the archives of National Action Network, that on that first Saturday, the first rally, our first speakers was Dr. Betty Shabazz, widow of Malcolm X, and Senator David Paterson. Now, then David Paterson didn't have any gray hair, had a beard, and was broke. Now he's got no beard, plenty gray hair, he's the governor, but he's still broke. But he was here in the beginning, and he's here with us today, and I want him to start because he's a member of the network. He comes here every Christmas and feeds the hungry. He's involved in every one of our conventions. He's never stopped. And he and I never knew the days we used to sit in Sylvia's and scheme and dream that he would ever be governor. I'd be on cover Newsweek, and both of us go on Saturday Night Live. But he's older than me. And I know that being at his age, he may have to go to the men's room soon. Governor David A. Paterson.
Good morning. For those of you who missed it, last Monday, we renamed the state office building in Brooklyn. That's right. In the name of the late Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm. And we talked about Shirley Chisholm and Percy Ellis Sutton, and we talked about Adam Clayton Powell. And whenever you have these celebrations, people get up and they talk about standing on the shoulders of people who've gone before us. But what they don't talk about enough is that the people who've gone before us, while they were struggling and agitating, as Frederick Douglass said, they did not always get the warm receptions that they get years and years later when they build buildings after them, but they're not around to smell the roses. And so what we're here to do today is to honor someone who is alive and well. Who is dynamic, who goes all over the country pursuing justice, who is always a fighter, and he is our most valuable player in the movement for justice. They always say in sports that the most valuable player is the one who motivates people around them and does things for the area that they're in. Well, certainly that's why Reverend Al Sharpton, on his birthday, is our most valuable player. Because he's done for justice what Mike Tyson did for boxing. He's done for justice what the Williams sisters did for tennis. He's done for justice what Michael Jordan did for basketball. And he's done for justice what Tiger Woods did for cocktail waitresses. when he started out right here in Harlem in March of 1991, Dr. Betty Shabazz spoke, and I spoke. There was not another elected official in the joint. And slowly but surely, he has built this movement. And now everybody that wants to run for office checks in at the network before they check in at the ballot box. They have a movie called It's a Wonderful Life. And to show the value of the character played by Jimmy Stewart, they showed him a world that would exist without him. Do you think that if we didn't have a Reverend Al Sharpton and this network out here every week advocating and at times agitating, that we would ever have eradicated the Rockefeller drug laws? I don't think so. Do you think that a governor would not have to fear signing a bill that prevents the warehousing of records when individuals are stopped, frisked, or questioned by the police, and it is now the law that you cannot warehouse those records? In addition, the system of quotas. In other words, if you don't stop and frisk enough people, you could lose your job as a police officer, has been stopped when I signed a piece of legislation introduced by Senator Eric Adams. No governor, no mayor, not even a president would feel comfortable making those decisions if there wasn't strong and fierce advocacy like we see here at the National Action Network. So as I come and I say happy birthday to the Reverend as an individual, a friend, a brother, a colleague, even though he is younger than me, I also want to congratulate this movement, which will come up on its 20th anniversary in March of 2011, and I hope that the Lord willing, I'll be here to celebrate it with you. Thank you very much.
Governor David Paterson, give him a hand.